Hello, hello, hello out there. Happy Faith, Purpose, Profit, what I like to call FPP Live. A time I come every Monday at 7 p.m. EST Live to pour everything with connected with faith, purpose, and profit. So if you come here week after week, you know that today things look a little different. And that's because I'm actually in my husband's studio. I've been having problems with my computer. If you haven't noticed, those of you that come every week, my audio has been really, really bad. So we're getting it fixed. So I'm in a makeshift. I had to move stuff around. The only thing I could fit here was my picture from my studio. That's how committed I am to be here with you. So you're going to see me looking all kind of different places today. So as you come in, as always, tell me hello, tell me name and where you're joining from. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, hey. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Like, this microphone is here, but it's not connected to this computer. So don't let it fool you. My husband has about 5 computers all the way around. He's a musician. So this is an audio studio made to make music, not necessarily to record live video. But again, I'm committed. So as you come in, tell me hello, tell me where you're from, and let's get this party started. So today I'm continuing in a series I started a couple weeks ago. Yeah, thank you, Yolanda. I am continuing in a series. This is part 3 of that series where we talked about really my brilliance framework. So, quick review. Week 1, I talked to you about what's love got to do with it. And step 1, which is passion. What are you passionate about? Step 2 of my brilliance framework is what are you proficient in? As last week we talked about, batteries are included. So if you've missed any episodes, I want you to go back and go onto my YouTube channel. You can go watch previous episodes of our FPP lives on nrjnetwork.com. Somebody type that in the chat because it's all kind of buttons up here and I'm not messing anything up. Hey, Nikki, FPP nrjnetwork.com is where you go. Okay. So as we continue in the series, and now we're at part 3 of the Brilliance Framework. Part 3 is what problem do you solve? Now, our foundational Bible verse for today is first, I'm continuing, I use the same Bible verse in last week's episode. It's First Peter 4:10. Each one should use whatever gift he has received to serve others, faithfully administering God's grace in its various forms. I want you to really take note of to serve others. And let me read it one more time. Each one should use whatever gift he has received to serve others, faithfully administering God's grace in its various forms. The thing that I don't think people realize is when you're starting a business, it's not about you. And that's our topic for tonight, for this episode. It's not about you. And I see so many people make the mistake of making the business about them. I want this. This is what I feel like. I used to be there. It's not about you. So, again, as this Bible verse says, each one should use whatever gift he has received to serve others, faithfully administering God's grace. So you've got to understand you are a steward of the gift that God has given you, and how you use that gift for good is by administering it through God's grace. So you've got to understand that God gifted you with something so special, but he knew exactly how he was going to use you when he put you on this earth. The reason I call it brilliance, thank you, Yolanda, for writing NRJ Network in the chat. The reason I call what I do brilliance, I say purpose sometimes I say brilliance. See, brilliance is my word for really purpose kind of on fire. I got brilliance from Matthew 5:16 that says, let your light so shine among men and women that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So I want you to understand that you were born to shine. Come on, be brilliant. And so when you are being the thing that God has called you to do, when you're serving others, I call that having the lighthouse effect. So what's a lighthouse do? Now, I had the pleasure of living in New England for 15 years. I now live in the DMV. And, I went to the Martha's Vineyard a few times and I got to actually see some phenomenal, beautiful lighthouses. And think about what a lighthouse does. In the dark of the night, when a ship is trying to find its way to shore, it is shining the light so it can find its way. See what happens when you're standing in the full power of the thing that got put inside of you. That's the first 2 steps. That light in you is shining. And then what happens is people begin to see you as the answer that they need. But there's two pieces that are so important that so many people overlook to this. Okay. So listen, because I can talk all night about this subject. This is the piece that I think so many people fell in business for these first three pieces. Now I'm going to talk profit next week, which is the fourth P. But you need to understand without the first three, you'll never get to profit. Never. Or you'll make profit once. And then all of a sudden it doesn't work. Well, it's not working because you're not doing the thing that God created you to do the way that He created you to do it. There are things, there's a saying that I used to hear all the time when I was little that the money is the root of all evil. Well, see, when you're using your powers, your purpose, your gift for the wrong reasons, then it is the root of evil. But when you're using your gift for all the right reasons, then you should make profit. Again, I'm going to talk profit next week, but this is so important. So, number one, you've got to understand what is the problem you're the solution to. Listen, when you go to the doctor's office, if your doctor does not diagnose you right, the prescription he or she is going to give you will be wrong. The reason businesses don't work is because the diagnosis is wrong. And sometimes many of you aren't taking time to even diagnose what's going on with the second part. I'm going to talk about your who. But before I start talking about your who, it's what is it? So important, y'all. I cannot emphasize this enough. Because again, if the diagnosis is wrong, the prescription is going to be wrong. Listen, we know people that we love that have died from look, taking the wrong prescription and or doing too much of the right prescription, like Michael Jackson, like Prince. Need I go on? So this is so important. I know you're saying, Nicole, but I'm not a prescription. God created you to be a prescription. You are an answer. And so anytime somebody wants to work with you, the one thing they're asking is my favorite radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? It's not about you. It's about them. And they want to know the predictable result you get them to. That's the same thing the doctor says. And he says, take this prescription and you'll feel better. That's a predictable result. Have a rash, put this cream on this rash and you'll feel better. Listen, I have some melasma coming on my face. When I went to the dermatologist last week, she said, use this and it'll start to go away. It'll take about 8 weeks. And then she told me how much to put on, when to put it on, the sunscreen I had to start using because I'm using this cream. So again, the same way that I went to that doctor last week because I'm getting melasma, menopause is no joke. I could do a whole episode on menopause, but that's not my gift. So I'm not. It's something I'm going through. But many of you that are watching me, that is your gift. So my question to you is, what is the problem that you are the solution to? And then stop trying to be everything to everybody because what happens is you're nothing to no one. And when you're not clear, I don't care how brilliant you are, your business will fail. The second part, so one is what problem are you solution to? The second part is for who? Now I'm going to give you the 4 reasons why not understanding who your ideal client will set you up to fail. 4 reasons. Okay. Number one, you're attracting the wrong people. Now listen, let's talk about this in the context of dating. And by the way, I see more people here. So y'all at least say, hey, why you come in, right? So listen, if you have this certain type, right? And let me talk about me. So back in the day, I had this whole type. And actually, I look at any guy, man, I've dated, they all were about the same type. Because I have a type. Most of it is because they like my daddy, right? Which what most people do. The point is, if you come bring me somebody that's not that type at there, he's not my type. Like people love Idris Elba. Okay, I can see the sex appeal, not my type. And I know some of y'all, I'm gonna hear some stuff about that. But in the same way, you got to know who is ideal because then you're searching for the wrong people. And then you're also wasting your time, which is number 2. See, when you know who your ideal client is, you're not wasting your time. You're not wasting the resources of your business talking to the wrong people. I tell my clients this all the time. Many people want to go to be a speaker, and people tell me, I want to be a speaker. And I say, okay, you want to speak about what? And they can't answer. That means they don't have the first 3 areas defined in their business because it's a speaking business. And then you're being irresponsible as a speaker if you don't know the solution that you're the answer to, because people will need more than that 45-minute speech. You're being irresponsible when you don't start to speak in business, so you have an additional way to work with them. Yes, they should pay for it, but ultimately what you're doing is being the prescription. Do you get that? So we stand on stage for 45 minutes. If you want to be seen, then you are. What's that saying I just said a few minutes ago? Money being the root of all evil. Well, you're feeding into that because it's all about being seen. You're not looking at how you can make a difference in the people that need you. So you get on any stage, it's a waste of your time and a waste of the time and the people in the seats. Because again, a 45-minute speech is not all that they need. They need more than that for you from you. And you're being an irresponsible steward of the gift that God put inside of you when you don't show them what that more looks like, right? And by the way, this is the exact reason I'm inviting you to join me. Look, so y'all know I'm on this whole different apparatus. So look, I got to try to find how to get over here to show you my link to be the answer. Let me see if I can do it. My husband's screen is so big, y'all, that I can't even see. What? Oh, now I see all the comments. Hello, hi, comments. This is why I have my 2-day intensive called Be the Answer. Listen, I'm more committed to your breakthrough than me looking crazy right now, than the fact that I'm in a different studio because my stuff isn't working. I am more committed to your transformation than the way that my studio is looking right now. And that's real. Because if it was up to me, this would be out. I'd have my background together. Yeah. But I don't have it. But I'm more committed to you. So listen, in these 2 days, we're going to get you clear on the solution you're the prescription to. Many of you are walking around blind. And you don't even know that you don't know your ideal client. Anybody says I serve every woman, or you say a whole group of people, or you say I motivate or inspire people, you do not know your predictable result. Again, when you speak to everyone, no one hears what they need from you. So you're wasting people's time and you're wasting your gift. I said it, you're wasting your gift, right? You're wasting it. And there's so many people that need you, but there's a certain group of people that need you, right? The third thing I want you to get is you don't want to attract every type of client. For a time, can I be honest with y'all? There was a time in my business that I hated coaching. I absolutely hated it. And I realize now, do you know why I hated it? Because I was coaching the wrong people. And now that I'm clear that the highly skilled professional that wants to start or grow your business alongside your 9 to 5, you are my ideal client. Why? Because I teach you how to grow your business in a way. One of them is making money while you sleep. Love it. And it's a service based professional. It's not someone that has a product based business. I can't help you. I can't. And I'm clear. But before, I was helping people do things like being a startup coach. Now, listen, I have no business helping people start up because I don't know if you should be an LLC or S Corp. Out of my lane. That's an accountant or a lawyer. We have a great lawyer on our team that now helps our clients. That is not me. But what I would do, can I tell you the truth? I would Google it. If I was on a call with a client and be trying to Google stuff, you have no business Google it. If you don't know if that's not your expertise, you shouldn't be doing it. But I wasn't clear. And because I wasn't clear, I was struggling. My business was broke and broken. And so was my gift. I wasn't dominating in my lane. I wasn't clear, and therefore my revenue wasn't coming in. Now I know I just said money's the root of all evil, and you shouldn't do it to make money. But ultimately, if you're going to do more good in the world, you need money to do it. So Jesus said, I've come that you have life and have it more abundantly. God wants us to have an abundant life, but we've got to get in alignment with the lane He created us to do it in. And then the fourth reason, just because you aren't targeting someone, that doesn't mean they won't come. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Just because you're not targeting someone doesn't mean that they won't come. Now, listen, I want you to think about what a target looks like. And you've seen a target. It usually has 3 rings, a middle ring, then there's an outer ring and an outer ring, right? If I gave you a bow and arrow right now, where would you aim? You always aim at the middle. And what happens is, unless you are a great archer, you're not going to hit the middle. You're going to hit maybe the second or the third ring. So people outside of your ideal client will still hear what you need, but when you are laser focused in your language, it's more crystal and clear. Listen, you want to go deep versus wide. That's why I go deep in this whole purpose conversation. But it's bigger than just knowing what your purpose is. I help you start and grow your purpose-focused business for 2 reasons. So you can live as the highest and best version of who God created you to be, and so that you can create multiple streams of income, so that that's your give back for being a good steward of the gift God gave you. Why am I saying that all right? Because I get people, listen, I have corporations call me all the time to come do workshops. And do I do them? Yes. Because I can get you in the right seat on the bus. Same gift. But I don't even talk about that. Matter of fact, two of my corporate clients text me today. I for years I wasn't working with men. I am now. So welcome, fellas. But for years, 98% of my clients are women. So most of my language speaks to women because 98% of my clients are women. I'm clear, but men are welcomed. And this last year, God told me to take all the pink off everyone. He said, take the pink off. He told me to allow men to feel welcome because men need you too. So you'll notice my language has shifted. I don't say fierce as much. I don't have pink in my branding. But why I'm sharing that with you is without that clarity, I would have never been able to make the shift. Even somebody like Steve Harvey, y'all. Steve Harvey, who started as a comedian, he got really, really known for the one thing and then shifted. So you've got to be known. Your brand stands for one thing. What is that one thing? Who are you the solution to, and how do you do it? Those of you that need clarity, that's the exact reason I'm inviting you to come to be the answer. Yolanda says, 1 Timothy 6:10 says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Don't let money be your only motivator. There was a woman on a clubhouse, and those of you that are here with me week after week, I've probably told this story years, probably last year actually. And she said, I saw this person being successful and this person being successful and this person being successful. So I started my business in the exact same way. And I'm not generating money. How come? Because you're trying to make money instead of listen. You got to be committed to serve and not sell. And in my business, I don't sell anybody. I'm here to serve you. Now, I'm gonna make an invitation for you to join me, but I don't believe that's a sell. That's an invitation because I'm here to serve you. My motivation. Now, of course, I need to make money because again, when I make money, I can eat, I can pay my bills. But the more money I make, the more people I can serve because I can do things like marketing. I can do things like send my computer into the shop when it's not working. Right? So you have to know that it's all in you focusing on getting in alignment with your God given assignment, right? So that's our focus for this week. That's our focus as we have this conversation, really looking at how do we get clear on the answer we are called to be in this world. Who needs you? In what way do they need you? And being really specific on who that is. So to review a little bit, right? Well, let me say it this way before I wrap. I heard this perspective in a sermon this last week, and I was like, oh, this is deep. You'd never see a bird swimming in the ocean, and you will not see a fish trying to fly in the air. And for many of you, the reason your business isn't working is because you're a fish trying to fly in the air. When God didn't create you to fly in the air, what did He create you for? And so when you begin to understand that, you will swim in the sea that God created for you. Listen, even Adam, the first man, I believe it's Genesis 2:8, talks about the fact that God created a garden for Adam to dwell in. But there's an arena that God created you to dwell in. Do you know what that arena is? But this is my invitation to you to get clear on that arena. Again, those of you that need the support and want to get coached, we are actually over halfway sold out. BeTheAnswerEvent.com. My 2-day intensive is March 18th and 19th. Listen, you just get in the room. You come empty. I'm coming full to pour everything I have into you to do four things actually. One, to master the gift in you. So those of you that have all these thoughts and ideas and know where to start, or you're not clear on what your purpose is, or dare I say, some of you guys think you are, but you're not. So we're going to spend the first part of the first day helping you really get clear. Because without that clarity, everything we build from there will fail. And I say we, because I'm coming to coach you. Okay. This is not a event where it's a bunch of people speaking. I'm coming to work with you, right? Small group of people. So I can see you, hear you, talk to you. And yes, it's virtual, but I can still see you and coach you. Second part of the first day is optimize. By the way, I'm spelling out more because I'm coming for your more. Optimize. How do you optimize the gift in you? See, you can buy the latest marketing program, but marketing is not a one size fit all. So you've got to do the marketing that will fit for you. There's a gift that Oprah really has taught all of us, the gift of vulnerability. How do you allow yourself to be seen and that be the greatest marketing tool you use? Oh, I'm not going to just teach you how to do it, but we're going to do it together. That's the exercise I give all my clients. So good, right? Day 2, we create what is called a revenue wheel. So 6 streams of revenue. And if you don't believe you can get 6, baby, get in the room because we're going to create 6 for you in that exercise on that day. And then we end with your execution plan because I need you to be able to implement. I need you to implement. everything you learn. Because what's the point of coming if you don't know what to do when it's over? So we create your 30 or 60 or 90-day plan. And can I tell you the truth about a business plan? Because some of these people say, well, are we going to do a business plan? I call it a B-I-Z plan. Can I tell you the truth? You're not ready to write a business plan. You don't have financial projections. You don't know your market analysis. There's so many things you don't know. Oh, I'll walk you through that too, would be the answer. Because I think so many people are fooled that they can start a business and just write a plan up front without doing the critical work behind the scenes. You cannot. So if that's you and you're ready to grow your business, you're ready to be the answer God created you to be in this world. Oh, and you're ready to create predictable revenue, not guess. And I hope I'm gonna make money, and I think I'm gonna make money. No, boo. We're gonna give you strategy. Get your butt in a seat. Be the answer event.com. So with that, that's our conversation for today. Let's hope that by next week my computer will be back to normal. Y'all pray over my computer. I don't know what's going on with it. But what I do know is if it is the enemy trying to fight, oh, I will not be moved. I will not be shifted. Whoever needs this message, I want you to know I will stand in the gap for you come hell or high water. Because it's not about me and it's not about you. It's about all the people that need you. So, with that said, we'll continue our conversation as we always do on tomorrow morning in our clubhouse, which is FPP Breakfast. We dig even deeper. So, I don't repeat what I said. We dig even deeper into the same conversation. Why? Because there's so many layers to this. And because it's not going to be an overnight process to you getting into all that God has for you. So, again, that's our conversation for today. Let's see. Any comments here? Who do you solve for? Yes. Good evening. Hey, Kim and Tia and Brandy. And who else did I miss? Betty and Take Tamara. And who else did I miss? Who else did I miss? And Nikki. I think I said hey to Nikki. So thank you for joining us. Listen, if you got any value out of today's episode, can I ask you to do me a favor? Will you share it? Will you share it with your network? All you got to do to share is click the button below. Those of you that are here on Facebook, and share with their network. And the reason I ask you to do that is not to grow my followers, although that's great too, but that's not why I do it. Because you don't know who in your tribe has been praying for this insight. You don't know who in your tribe has been trying to start a business and has been failing, or doesn't know where to begin, or anywhere in between. And so that's why I ask you to share it so that it gets in front of the people that need it. The second reason is because I want to make sure that I'm being in alignment with my assignment. So will you help me do that? Second thing is if you popped in here and this is your first time, say, hey, Nicole, it's my first time. Like it if you're in my Facebook page, like my Facebook page so that you are notified when I go live every Monday. If you're watching me here on YouTube, then subscribe to the channel. Tara said already done. Love you, girl. Subscribe to the channel so again you are notified when we go live. All right. So with that said, I'll see some of you tomorrow morning. The rest of y'all see next week for another episode of FPP Live. Bye, y'all.